All right, everyone. My name is Solomon, better known as PCG here on YouTube, and welcome to day 7 of our daily Minecraft survival Let's Play. So, before starting this episode, a few minutes ago, I was just thinking through some things. Thinking about, all right, what are things that I need to get done right now? What are things that maybe I could do before I start the episode? And all of a sudden, it hit me like a bag of poop right between my eyes. This massive portal that I found on day 1 has all this obsidian on it. So I should have just come over here and grabbed obsidian from here because there's so much on it. It's plenty to be able to make a portal and to be able to make an enchantment table. Because the past couple episodes I was struggling to find a lava pool in that huge cave I was in. So I should have just come over here. So I feel kind of silly now. And what makes me feel even more silly is that not only did I not think about coming over here, there's also one of these biomes back here, whatever these biomes are called. They've got the red wood inside of them, and I need the red wood for the town center trade center. So, two of the main things that I have been needing have literally been in my backyard. I guess technically the building is facing that way, so it's really my side yard. So is it better if it's in your side yard versus if it's in your backyard? I don't know. That's not up to me to decide. But regardless, it felt in one sense good coming over here and going, yeah, all this obsidian, I could use this. Plus we got the redwood biome here. So in a sense felt good because I've got the stuff, but then it also felt bad because I was like, wow, can't believe I didn't think about that. So regardless, what I'm going to do here is I decided I'm going to take all of this down. And that's what I went ahead and started doing is I want to grab everything that's here, and I just use this to get up to the top. I'm going to grab everything that's here because I, of course, got that gold block off of the top, and episode 1, I broke the 1 gold block, so I could have had 2 from here, but I couldn't remember if you could break it with a stone pick, and newsflash, you cannot. So I broke that 1 gold block, but it's not a huge deal, and actually, I don't have a bed on me. So I'm going to have to run back to the spawn real fast. But yeah, I'm going to take all of this down, probably not, like, I don't need the netherrack and stuff like that. I'll be able to get netherrack when I go into the nether, and what use does it necessarily have anyway? But I want to kind of take all this stuff down because then I've got the crying obsidian. I think the main use for crying obsidian is making a respawn anchor in the nether. So at least I'll have crying obsidian available to me. It'll be at my disposal. Figure it doesn't hurt to grab the iron bars because, I mean, why not? It's something that I could use for builds eventually, and it saves me on materials. And this creeper over here, I'm eyeballing him because I feel like he's eyeballing me. Ooh, that was ill-advised. I'm just going to run and go sleep now because I'm at 1.5 hearts. And then also, I'm grabbing all of the stone. Ooh, I'm going to die. I hear a spider. This might be it for me. This is it for me. Crap. Yeah, so I figured I'd grab all the stone bricks as well because I'd like to use those for building purposes. I don't want to go into F5, but I am wondering if this spider is chasing me. I don't know. Can't they can swim on the top of the water, right? Or maybe they can't do water at all. They shouldn't be able to do water because most spiders in real life cannot do water unless they're those crazy upgraded spiders. But I think that getting the stone brick will be nice for the purpose of partially the path out in front of the building that I'm putting together right now. I think that it could be used for parts of that path, because something that I'd like to do, sort of what I'm envisioning for the path that's going to go all the way down to the water, is, and the path I'm talking about is the one that's going to reach out that way. And so sort of what I'm envisioning is maybe a type of path that is sort of overgrown a little bit, so maybe it'll have some stone brick in it, it'll have a little bit of maybe coarse dirt, and then since I think there were some mossy stone bricks over there by that portal, so it'd be nice to have some moss kind of growing along the path, stuff like that. So I think it'll be good, and again, that'll save me on time and resources when I get to that point and need that stuff. And this was something, I figure while it's dark, I might as well do this. This was something else that I had been wanting to do. and just kept forgetting to do it. I know I can do this during the day. It's probably better to do this during the day. I'm gonna die because here comes this arrow. Ooh, that didn't kill me. But is there anything hanging out here? Can I sleep now? Ooh, all right. There better not be. Okay, he's shooting at me. He's shooting at me. Oh, there it went. Did I sleep all the way through the night though? I didn't. Crap. The main thing I'm concerned about right now is my friend creepers. Oh, they're hitting each other. This is a bad situation going on here. Okay, I'm gonna let the ones that are fighting each other fight each other because I don't need to get in the middle of that. But I need a weapon. I don't really want to use my diamond pick, but why are there so many skeletons? What is with all the skeletons? Okay, they're fighting each other now. Can I sleep? All right, while they fight each other. Crap, and now he knows about me again. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Okay, good. It's daytime. You can actually, I'm just going to serpentine, and then I can just die in a second here. Actually, shoot me, because then, there we go. All right, and he should burn. Sweet. Using strategy here. Just using strategy. And is this skeleton, he's hanging out underneath the tree. What a jerk. What an absolute jerk. Man, what a situation this is. For those of you that may just be joining for the first time, if you haven't been keeping up with the series, ooh, Unbreaking Power 1. I will take that. Natural health regen is off. So it's creating a whole series of unfortunate events that I'm having to deal with in each episode. And one of those series of unfortunate events was this, what you just witnessed. Let me put all my armor on. That way I have space to pick up these last few things. I should have just had a bed with me over there at the portal, but I kind of started running over there when it was somewhat early day. So I guess I just wasn't thinking about it. And then got myself into a sticky situation. And I think so, what I want to do real fast is I want to clear out my inventory of all the stuff that I've picked up, because then I can go back and actually get everything out of there off of the portal. But real fast, since I've got 25 more torches, I'm going to kind of throw some stuff up here, and I definitely should do it on the platform, because this really has been my main concern. Like, if stuff is spawning in the general area, it's not that big of a deal. But my main concern has been that I just don't want a creeper to spawn here and like blow up a chest or something, and then it would just be my luck that another creeper would show up and then blow up whatever came out of the chest, and it would just be one big mess. And another part of sort of what I'm envisioning for this build long term is that on top of having sort of a town hub here that I'm setting up, like I've mentioned before, I want to set up various buildings around here. So it's like a town, like a large village or something, and I even want to get villagers over here. And so what I would like eventually is to basically have the whole place lit, essentially with like street lights. Do I have more? I have 8 coal right here. Is that all I've got? I think that might be all I have. So essentially get the area lit with street lights and stuff. Because then we'll have an entirely lit up area, and like torches will work for the time being. Again, that's why I want to run around this whole, like, just a huge area. I want to run around and get torches down, because then basically I'm just safe in a big radius for the time being. But to kind of get rid of just the sort of messiness of torches, it always kind of looks like everything's cluttered to me when there's a bunch of torches everywhere. So to get rid of that, eventually it'd be cool to just have streetlights and stuff like that, and have the whole town lit up like that. That's a weird oak sapling. That's definitely a new texture for oak saplings. That is definitely different. All right, so I'm going to empty my inventory and wait for some of these saplings, and then we will run back over to the portal. Man, yesterday I was having such a hard time finding just 2 cows to bring over to the cow farm, and now I'm finding them absolutely everywhere. And since I've got the ones I need, I've been killing them, because I need their beef, and I also need, this may have been a bad idea, I need their beef, and I also need the leather, because I want to make some item frames to go on my chests, because I feel like I'm already struggling to remember where I put stuff in my chests, and so I want to label them so that I can just kind of walk in, kick my shoes off, sit down on the couch, and be like, all right, I got to empty my pockets. Here's where this particular item goes, in this chest, instead of having to open every single one every time I go home. Did you drop? You sure did. Thanks for the pearl. Appreciate that. You know, I've always said, like, I feel like I've always just kind of, just because I think it sounds funny, just said appreciate that instead of appreciate. And it's so funny. There's this, I can't remember what his name is whatsoever, but there's this guy on, I'm sure he's on most platforms, but I keep seeing him specifically on Instagram Reels. And there's this one video specifically where he just goes, is that a skeleton right there? Is he just hanging out like half? Oh no, that's clay. Oh, that's clay. That's not what he said, by the way. That's not what this guy said. But he starts the video, says this whole thing, and one of the things that he says in the videos is he just goes, appreciate ya. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I find it really funny. So go find that guy, because he makes me laugh. But okay, so a second ago, what I was saying though is, so with wanting to label all my chests, I want to do that, so I'm getting the leather. That's something that I would like to maybe try to do today, but there's multiple things I want to do today. Just kind of getting back on track after my appreciate ya sidetrack thing going on there. So the things that I'm thinking are, I want to finish not chopping, but I guess digging all of this out, get all of these blocks. And what am I doing? That's not the tool that I need. So I want to take all this stuff down, bring it home, empty my inventory again, and then I would like to make this portal and try to go in and get some blaze rods for the purpose of getting the potions, so that maybe I can heal a bit better. And something that I've got to look up is, I don't even remember how to make regen potions and instant health potions and things like that, because I do remember the way that, or I partially remember the way that they're made in Ultra Hardcore, but obviously, like, I don't have Ultra Hardcore settings on. I literally just have natural regen off, so it's a little more simple than that. So I got to figure out the way that you're supposed to craft them, but I probably won't get to that point today. But we've got to make the portal. I also have been thinking it would probably be a good idea to go back to the villages that I looked at the first couple of episodes and just grab all their bookshelves, because then I don't have to waste so many resources on building like a library or something like that. And there's also that whole other village that I haven't even checked out yet, so I should go check that out too. Another thing that I need to do is I still need to add on to the farm and get like a pen for I think sheep will be next. I'd like to have a pen for maybe pigs. So I'm sort of just listing off all the things that have been going through my head of things that are sort of in the immediate future I'd want to do. There's not all stuff I'm going to do today. There's no way I'm going to have time. But those are kind of the things that are going through my head, things that I need to focus on, things that need to be done relatively soon. And I'm sure as I finish things on that list, I'm just going to think of other stuff to add to it. And I don't really... Do these have any use? I feel like they don't, so I'm just going to probably let them despawn. And actually, though, I should probably dump some stuff. Oh, and actually, a whole other thing, another side tangent. My ability to focus so far in this series has been very lacking. Yeah, so this is the redwood, but what is it called again? I can't remember what it's called. And what do I not need? I guess I don't really need lily pads. Mangrove, that's what it is. Mangrove. Okay. And yeah, let me empty my inventory a little bit. And the problem with mangrove trees is because of the way that they grow, usually their trunk is like up inside, so it's kind of difficult to really farm wood from mangrove trees, I feel like. I feel like it's really not as simple as some other as some other types of trees are. So I'm going to have to maybe figure out an easier way to do that. And I'm not going to need a ton, but I'm going to need a ton probably for the stuff that I'm imagining. Also, opening up my inventory reminded me of some other stuff. So I've got multiple shovels because if I happen to pass by the farm, I'm going to continue digging out the sort of some of that mountain there. That way I have the space for more pens for animals. And then also, I've got bone meal on me right now because I grew, another one of the dark oak trees grew while I wasn't recording. So I chopped it down, and the problem is that it only dropped 2 saplings. So I tried to just grow one, so I used bone meal, and it doesn't look like it works that way. It looks like the dark oak trees can only grow in like the larger trunk variety. I'm not even picking this stuff up. Crap, what else can I drop? I mean, I guess I don't have to have this bone meal. The iron bars I'd like to keep. Oh, and I don't need that netherrack either. So, because of that, I'm probably going to have to go back to the area, like back to that forest, the dark oak forest, and grab more of the trees and just to actually get more saplings this time. And there's like I feel like I want all this stuff. So I guess I'm probably just going to have to I'm just going to take another trip back, I guess, and empty my inventory again. Oh, and that's a skeleton. Never mind. I was thinking that was a cow. But I did this time bring a bed, so I'm going to sleep real fast. Oh, shoot, what are you? I've never seen you before. That poisoned me. I don't know about these. I don't know about this mob. Can you move? Thank you. I don't know the details of this mob and what the heck he does. 'Cause that was not what I was expecting. I didn't know that existed. All right, I'm going to sleep real fast, and also I feel like I'm so all over the place right now because I'm thinking of a million things that I'd like to get done, and I just don't do a good job focusing on one in particular. And I tend to do this in real life too, where I kind of like I get a little bit of a project done, and then I'm walking maybe to the other side of the house to grab something to continue the project, but I'm like, all right, while I'm passing this area of the house, I might as well work on this project. So that's all to say, I put more torches in my inventory earlier. That way, as I pass back through more of these spots, I could boot more down on the ground real fast. Because I just want to get as much of this stuff lit up as possible. Avoid as many spawns as I can. I haven't put any torches like over on that side yet, though, so I'm going to need to do that too. And the thing is, since, like I said, I would like to have a setup eventually where there's more like less noticeable lighting, where it's just prettier stuff like street lamps and using actual lanterns and things like that. So eventually a lot of these torches will probably come down, and I'm just going to have a whole surplus of torches randomly when and if I get around to pulling them down. I think another thing that I was thinking while I was passing by here is I wanted to put these down real fast just so that we've got all of this kind of progressing in the base. And I'll strip those because this is probably going to be one of the more expensive parts of this, is putting these logs down and then stripping them, because that's going to do damage, right? Yeah, that kind of sucks. Because I mean that's a whole log right there that I'm not getting wood out of, so it kind of stinks. But I'm thinking, instead of being, I guess, super paranoid about making sure that I stay on task every single episode, because I'm doing this daily, I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway with the way that I approach these. These are not always going to be we're not always going to perfectly focus on a task, because like I said, straight from the beginning of this playthrough, or straight from the beginning of this Let's Play, this is all just so that we can hang out each day. So it's not like my project needs to be super, super focused, and it's not going to be, as you can see. So I'm going to drop all this stuff off, and then I guess go back to the portal again. And I'm keeping all of the, like, the stone bricks and stuff in here. Felt like it made most sense to keep it in here. And it's definitely not a ton of stuff that I'm getting here. I mean, it's odds and ends. But like I said, I feel like it will be useful for the purpose of a path eventually, like leading out here. So saves time and resources, I guess. All right, so at this point, I've got... Oh, actually, I've picked up more obsidian than I thought. So that's enough for my purposes, but I still need to go over and clear out the rest of that stuff over there. Because like I said, I just want to chop it all down, almost as if it was never there. But then also, I've killed some cows, because I had a sword that was almost broken and an axe that was almost broken, so I just ran around killing animals until I broke them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a few item frames and set up some labels on these chests. Something that I did just remember, though, is I feel like someone told me that item frames can really lag things. I think it'll be fine, though. I mean, it's not like I'm on a server or anything, so we should be good. And what should... I feel like I want it to be clear that this chest is for just sort of random, somewhat ugly-ish blocks. And so I'm going to put that there, because that's probably the ugliest one. This, I still feel like calcite and block of amethyst aren't ugly. I just don't exactly know what I'm going to do with them yet. And not that I have to do anything with them, but I just, especially the calcite, I feel like I want to use that for something in this build. I just don't know exactly what or how to make it look good, and I don't know. So we'll see. But, ooh, you know what? This might look better if I do it like this. If I were to put it there, because then they're separated. Does that look better, or should they be on... Hang on, I'm curious about this too. If I did it like this, no matter what, it kind of looks a bit weird. And you can't put it... Yeah, you can't put them on the same corner like that, because they're going to conflict with each other's blocks. So I guess we'll do it like that. And then let me throw these 4 on real fast. And I just think this is going to speed my life up, being able to actually have this stuff labeled, because then I'm not just running around just grabbing, just searching around all the time for what I've got where. And I think I'll put rotten flesh there, because that's supposed to be basically mob drops. Let's do... I'm going to do a potato in this one, because this is food and foodstuffs. Oh, can you not? Oh, you can. It was just because I was crouching. Oh, yeah, and you can spin them, too. Forgot about that. I don't know that that's going to be useful. Imagine spinning this one. Oh, you can't. You can put it... That looks better, actually. I didn't realize that you could spin the blocks like that. Huh. Interesting. What was this one again? So this is saplings and stuff, so I guess I'll just put an oak sapling. You could put it upside down, I guess. I want to make it look somewhat decent. So I'm gonna have it facing straight up. And then there's nothing in this yet. I'm not sure what I'm gonna use that one for. I'm thinking that this will be a wool chest. That's all I've got in there at the moment, and I think it would be good to have an entire chest dedicated to wool, because I'd like to get a decent amount of sheeps going with different types of wool. And then I think I'll just put cobble here, since this whole thing is basically going to be a stone type of chest. And I feel like I like having these sideways like that. I feel like that looks kind of cool. I don't know, though. Maybe it doesn't. And then this will be the dirt chest. Put some dirt right there. I got to figure out what that chest is going to be. So we got a use for all 4 of these, 3 of these. There is a use for all 4 of these, but I'm going to need to make... Wait, how many more do I need? 4. So I need 8 in total. I need 1 more piece of leather. Let me... Oh, you know what? Okay, so this might be the perfect time for the cow farm to already somewhat come in handy. I don't really want to start killing stuff over here yet, but if I don't see another cow in the environment in the next 5 seconds... Let me run up here real fast, and I'll just kill one of the cows, because I've been breeding them. I've been trying to keep up with that. So, the cows are multiplying. Yeah, okay. So it doesn't look like there's any... Oh, there's a baby. How'd the baby... That's not a baby cow from in here, right? How'd you get out? He must not have. He must be a naturally spawning baby cow. Do you want to come inside? You can grow up and get big and strong. And then you can have babies. Alright, let me breed 2 of these adults again, and then I'm just going to kill this one real fast. Grab... Oh, crap, I didn't mean to... Oh, you didn't even drop leather? You gotta be kidding me. I guess you gotta go too. Perfect. And is that... Perfect. It's all I needed. It's all I needed. And don't you guys run out of here. It's mostly babies now, so now I gotta wait for stuff to grow. So, just to show you... like I said, I've been coming over here periodically breeding these. We're almost up to a stack of sugarcane because I've kind of been coming over and breaking the sugarcane as it grows. Added a nice little crafting bench here. Now there's a cow up there. What are you doing up there? Come on down here, and you're just gonna go right inside the pen with your brethren, and you can all just make babies. How about that? Can these two? I don't. Yeah, that one just bred, so he's not in the mood quite yet. So I'll wait on that. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on over here right now. And then I wanted to, yeah, let's go make these last few item frames and get these labels on these last 8 chests. All right, the rest of the item frames are up. And actually, as I was looking at everything, I decided against the angled blocks. After I really took a good hard look at it and looked deep inside my soul, I was like, that doesn't look professional. That looks professional. Modern, sleek, it's very nice. So I flipped all these so that these are flat. Still nothing in this. I've got labels on these, and I've got the item frames on these, but there's nothing even in these chests yet, so I can't label them. And I kind of the way that I went about labeling was I kind of tried to use an item that would really reflect what was in there, but then at the same time, oh, and I put these at the wrong spots on all of these other ones. But at the same time, I tried to use something that was relatively inexpensive for some of the labels. So that's why the ore chest is just literally going to have lapis as the label, because of the fact that it's cheap. It's like, whatever. I'm not necessarily going to be using lapis all that frequently. By the way, cows spawned over here, so I kind of went over and had that whole ceremony of killing those cows, and then literally cows started spawning over here. One of them wandered off, though. Oh, he's over here. But yeah, so I'm trying to not use anything super duper valuable inside of the labels, I guess. Because I was thinking iron. I mean, I could use iron as, like, for the ores, but it's kind of like, do I really want to waste an iron for that? I feel like something else could be cheaper and could still get the point across. And yeah, I wasn't paying attention when I put all this stuff up to the fact that I went directly against my initial plan to sort of have these separated from each other. So that there, I need this. Wait, was this? Yeah, this was the armor. And then I had decided on this for the tools. Because it's stone axe, that's not super expensive. And then let me swap this around real fast. The sorting system is coming together. And I keep forgetting to crouch every time I go to place these down. Cool. Yeah, sorting system is coming together, and I have once again got stuff in my inventory that I've got to drop before I go and get the rest of this obsidian and all that. Honestly, I've been sitting here today thinking about the fact that Minecraft is literally one of the most grindy games that you will ever encounter in your entire life. I mean, there's a lot of super grindy games, but just Minecraft is very, very grindy. And Minecraft has always had a special place in my heart. I love this game. But my goodness, can it take forever to get simple tasks done, because you're like dealing with your inventory and you're maybe going through the process of grinding out certain materials that you need just to get to a certain point. It's like, it's a big mess, you know? It's just all about that daily Minecraft grind. It's daily Minecraft grind. Okay, I've taken everything down from here that I wanted to take down, and what I started to do was just for the purpose of making the landscape look nice, even though this is a pretty far distance away from where I'm building. I guess there was just part of me going, all right, I'm pulling all of this down, leaving just a bunch of netherrack and what are these blocks called again? Magma blocks, just kind of over here. I just thought it looked kind of gross. So what I started doing was actually pulling all of the netherrack at least down to this level out so that I could fill this in, and pulling the magma blocks out. But then as I was doing it, and I think this must have been from day one, right? Like, I'm just going to kind of fill this in so nothing spawns. As I was doing it, I took a step back and realized there's a lot of netherrack here, so I'm not going to pull all this out. But I figured I would at least fill in some of these spaces that I dug out. And I also tried to dig out some of you can see here, I tried to dig out some of the magma blocks. Just that way, if I'm running by here one day, I don't trip and stub my toe on magma, because normally it wouldn't matter. But since I of course have natural regen off, even just those little half a heart ticks of damage are nothing super enjoyable. So I would rather even avoid that. So I figured if I pulled some of the magma out, then that would be less of a risk as I'm running around here. But now I've just got holes and stuff, and I don't really want to just put the netherrack back down, because that was one of the things I wanted to avoid. So I guess eventually I can come by here and maybe little by little actually dig the netherrack out, just because I want to smooth it out, make it all dirt, so that it just kind of blends in with the rest of the land, I guess. Not that it really matters, but it's still just, I don't know. I feel like it's close enough to my place to where, since I took the whole portal down, I want to clean it up. So then this is kind of what I ended up with. So 21 obsidian, I've got 8 crying obsidian. I've got all these stone bricks, the different versions of them, different fonts of stone bricks. The magma blocks, I don't know that there's anything I can actually do with those, but I at least have them. And while I'm sitting here, I guess it's not a bad idea to grab a couple of these saplings. I think that's a full-grown one. I think that's considered full-grown, because I'd like to grab a couple and then bring them back to my place. Let me see. Mangrove propagule. I think that's because those, you plant those, right? Yeah. Okay. So let me see if I can just jump up and punch a couple others real fast, because then I can bring these back. And I mean, there's this whole, let me see, how big is this mangrove forest? Seems like it's not that big. I don't think they spawn in super massive areas though. Well, I mean, I guess it's a decent size. But then, I haven't actually really run in this direction at all. I am curious what's over here. But yeah, I mean, it's a decent sized place, so I could kind of come over and just chop stuff down here. But again, I think it would be kind of nice to have some of these saplings just growing right by my place, because then as I'm building and stuff, it's just growing right there, and I can walk over, chop it down, and replant. Start the cycle over again. Circle of life. But real fast, while I'm here, I do want to run over this way and just see what's here, since I haven't really run in this direction. I've run sort of over that way, though. Ooh, that's interesting. That looks kind of cool way up there. I wonder what that is. Oh, this is still, okay, there's a lot of mangrove around here. So even without bringing saplings back, I should not be in any short supply of mangrove anytime soon. Ooh, and there's a jungle over here, too. So I've got jungle wood if I need it. This is nice. Like, a lot of the biomes are sort of converging right here, because we've got the mangrove biome. I've got like plains biomes in the area. This mountain, I think is this the mountain? I think that's the mountain that I could see some snow on top of. So you got some snowy stuff. And then we've got the jungle, and what is... Ooh, I need to keep that in mind. That might be a good cave to go down into eventually. And then there's also... I've also got, like, the dark oak, like the shaded woods type of thing. Oh, and then isn't this... Yeah, so then we've got a savanna. This is great. I've got everything I could ever want here. So this is awesome. All right, I'm going to run back... I'm going to run back home and probably do some inventory management once again for the 90th time today. And I don't need these mangrove roots, though. So I'm going to do some inventory management again, and then I will probably head over to that other village that I saw off in the distance that I noticed yesterday. I think it was yesterday that I noticed it, and kind of scavenged that. So even though it's been an all-over-the-place episode, we're getting through projects. It's going good. I also need to cook food, because I'm just about out of good food right now as well. So this is what I was talking about earlier. This tree only dropped 2 saplings, so I'm going to have to go back to that dark oak place and grab more. But I'm going to go ahead and plant these mangrove saplings, and hopefully they will grow. They should. I don't know how much space they need, though, because they grow really weird. Like, they get those weird roots that grow out all around them. But I'm going to let those grow, because then I can start to get some of the mangrove wood for this build, because I love the look of it. And I feel like even though the mangrove is sort of a darker red, almost like a blood red, I feel like it still goes well with the dark oak. For some reason, it just looks good to me. I killed another Enderman. Actually, I killed 2 more Endermen. Only one of them actually dropped a pearl. Where am I keeping pearls? Oh, yeah, right here. So I've got 2 pearls now, which is nice. I know it's probably better to just trade in the nether for pearls, but I figure if I see an Enderman, I might as well kill it. Get me a little closer to going to the end. So this is what we ended up with this. So I think I'm going to stick these in here for the time being, until I'm ready to go to the nether. Also, the 2 Endermen I killed were carrying grass blocks. So I got a grass block without having silk touch. So I'm going to like frame those or something. Oh yeah, and I have all these sticks on me because I wanted to go ahead and make, just while I'm over here, I wanted to make more birch fences. That way when I pass by the farm, I can put a whole bunch more over there. Oh, well, I don't have it. Yeah, I'm going to have to chop down more birch trees also. This is what I'm talking about with everything being so grindy in this game, I swear. Oh, and since I've been killing all the cows that I see, I have a ton of raw beef now, which is awesome. So I'm going to get all that cooking up because I don't really have any good food on me at the moment. But I don't have coal. That's not what I meant to do. I don't have coal, so I guess what I'm going to do is... this is kind of dumb, but I'm just going to throw those in there for now, because I need food for this little adventure we're about to go on. I need to go over... I don't necessarily need to do anything, but I want to go over to this village over here and check and see what kind of stuff they got. And I don't really want to leave this cooking because I don't want to use a whole bunch of dark oak slabs, but I also don't really feel like going back into a cave right at this moment to get more coal. I'm sure probably on the run over to the village, I'll probably find some surface coal or something. That would be awesome. Because I think really part of what made me go through my coal so quick was the fact that I did a decent amount of caving over the course of the past couple of episodes, so I used a whole bunch of torches there. And then, yeah, I'm just going to call it for that for now. And then also, since I started torching up my area around here, I used a whole bunch of coals. A whole bunch of coal for those torches too. So I'm just using resources here, ladies and gentlemen. What time is it? Where did I left my other bed over at the farm. So I want to grab that because I want to have a bed on my way over to the village. Because if it starts becoming nighttime, I'm on 2.5 hearts, and I still just, I don't know, I still just haven't really been wanting to waste gold, I guess, to heal myself up. So I haven't been doing it. And that's probably not the smartest of decisions, but it's working. It's working okay. Ooh, alright, so over a stack of sugarcane. I'm going to just drop this in here. I've been using the bottom of this for some extra stuff. Like, this chest will be for the next pen once I get that going. Also, I wasn't paying attention, and I was using the diamond pickaxe for some of the mining over at the ruined portal. So I used it a bit more than I had wanted to, because my plan was to not really use it at all, except for besides obsidian, until I'm able to enchant. and that went out the window because I forgot I was using it, and it didn't switch back over to my iron. So it's whatever though. It's not a big deal. I didn't use too much of it. Sweet. Look at all these cows hanging out. Just hanging out, being one big happy family. Super, super great. Ooh, my armor's still doing okay, I guess. All right, let's run over to this village. So the village is, yeah, right in this direction. Wait, though, that's right. I was gonna check and see if I left my bed over here. I don't think that I must have left my other bed way over at the portal. Hang on, let me get another bed real fast. I feel like pigs are somewhat of a rarity now for some reason. It seems like I very rarely am seeing pigs out in the world. It's kind of interesting. But I've been, as I've been kind of running around today, to and fro, back and forth, as I've been going from project to project and getting distracted, I've just been killing most of what I see because I still, of course, I need to get farms set up for things like sheep and chickens and pigs and stuff like that. But I figure as long as I leave enough to where I don't ravage the environment and like certain animals aren't spawning anymore in the immediate area, it seems to make sense to just kind of be killing stuff, because then I'm at least gathering resources as I run through places. And I ended up just grabbing my bed from the house because why not? Because it's literally 0-0. So if I die, I'm gonna spawn there. Anyway. All right, so let's see what this place has. This guy's a farmer, so he wants potatoes for an emerald, or an emerald for bread. So he doesn't have anything great on him. Maybe I'm gonna commandeer a couple carrots though, because then I can bring those back and maybe start growing some carrots too at the farm. It looks like this is a pretty small. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Looks like this is a pretty small village though. Unless, well, that house is kind of far away from everything, so maybe it's not that small. What I'm hoping for is that maybe there's something good in some of the chests around here in this village, because that's really all I feel like I probably care about here. Because there's nothing necessarily that I feel like I could trade any of these guys for right now that's going to be super useful that I couldn't just relatively easily get myself. They've got a cow in here. Ooh, this was something I was hoping for too. I'm gonna steal this blast furnace. I know that like messes with their trades. Ooh, and you know what? Actually, I'm gonna take these two, because then I can use these for crafting more blast furnaces when I need to. So smooth stone. I've got another blast furnace. I don't know if pillaging the villages is like a super great idea, because I know it probably wrecks their overall ecosystem. But eventually I'm going to take a lot of these villagers back to my house anyway and trap them and have them trade with me for the rest of their lives. So I guess it doesn't matter. I don't think this guy has a profession, right? No, he does not. This is a really pretty spot right here, though. I like this. I like this area. And this village is not nearly as small as I thought it was. And I think this is the same farmer, right? No, he's not, but he's got very, very similar trades. All right, let's see. What else we got inside of these places? So I grabbed, so I've got the carrots, that way I can grow those. Got beetroot. I didn't actually need to grab the potatoes because I've got potatoes at home. Oh, wait, so beetroot and beetroot seeds come out differently. I guess that makes sense, but I don't, so I guess it operates like wheat then. I guess I just didn't realize that. Are there no chests, though, in any of these buildings? What do you guys have to trade? Beets for emeralds, wheat for emeralds. Nothing, I don't know, guys. Nothing super great that any of you were really offering. Nothing super special. And I think every single one of these houses may be totally devoid of chests, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like that's the case. Look at this little table. Where are you going to put your knees, though? Where are you going to put your knees while you're trying to sit down? And then they got a cute little dock. Look at that. look out at the dolphins and the fishes. All right, well, this was kind of a bust. Looks like there's nothing really over here, but at least I was able to grab a few things, because the smooth stone and the blast furnace, in my opinion, those are pretty valuable, just because of the fact that, I mean, blast furnaces are not cheap, as I was talking about yesterday. And then also the like the smooth stone, I think it takes I think you smelt cobble and then you smelt it again, so it's just time consuming overall. So got some good stuff from this village, and I'm gonna kill all of these animals as well, and gonna just rip the fleece right off the backs of these sheep, take it home and use the fleece for my own purposes, and also eat their food, eat their bodies. But I think I'm going to wrap today's episode right here. It's been kind of an all over the place episode, but I think we got a decent amount of projects done, so I feel pretty good. And tomorrow we'll kind of continue on with some of this stuff. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do tomorrow yet. We've got plenty of things to do, like I was talking about earlier. I feel like there's so many different projects I want to work on, and so many little things here and there that need to get done. So lots more to do, much more to explore, and many objectives to complete. But anyway, remember to check back tomorrow. This is a every single day series. Same with the Elden Ring Journey to Platinum that's going on right now on the channel. This series and the Journey to Platinum with an Elden Ring are both going up every single day. So thanks so much for checking out today's episode. If you enjoyed it, I would highly appreciate if you would leave a like, maybe a comment, and also hit subscribe. So thanks for checking out today's episode, and I will talk to you tomorrow.